All right. All right. So good night to you again, LJ and Merlin, and good night to everyone joining with us on YouTube. So tonight we're looking at maybe a question or two, depending on what LJ chooses from May 2021 paper. So that was last year paper, paper two. All right. So this is a paper two, and you have the instruction. The paper is how long is the paper, LJ? How much minutes do you get? How much minutes do you get to do the paper, LJ?
Um, Miss, me never
Hmm?
seen a time on it, miss.
Look right in front of you. Read for me.
Oh, 2 hours and 40 minutes.
All right. So
Three
2 hours
hours?
40 minutes. Two. What's 3 hours?
No, no,
2 hours.
me I say literally 3 hours.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Very nice. Let me know time to blow it though. If you know what to do, it will take long to blow it. If you don't know what to do, you're just sitting around moping, it will blow it fast. It will blow it. What? I don't know. If you know what to do, right, then it will blow out fast. But if you don't know what to do, then it'll feel like an age that you're in the exam because you're just sitting there not doing anything. I read the instruction for me that they have when you're going into this exam, what they say for me. I'll say,
This paper consists of two sections, 1 and 2. Section 1 has 7 questions and section 2 has 3 questions. Answer all questions right here. Answers in the spaces provided in this booklet. Do not write in the margins. All working must be clearly shown. A list of formulae is provided on page 4 of this booklet. If you need to rewrite an answer and there is not enough space to do so on the original page, you must use the extra page provided at the back of this booklet. Remember to draw a line through your original answer. If you use the extra pages, you must write the question number clearly in the box provided at the top of the extra pages. And where relevant, include the question part beside the answer. All diagrams in the booklet are not drawn to scale unless otherwise stated.
what are the required exam tools? What are the required exam tools? You hear me, LJ?
Yes, miss.
What are the required exam tools? What can you bring to the exam?
Um, let me see if pencil, pen. I mean, yeah, I got one extra page on there, but miss, I don't know how much miss to bring in an exam, miss. I just paper, pencil, pen. But me not see them there on it, miss.
What do you see? What do you see highlighted in that red box?
Red box. Oh, me never see. Because me that look on my own, miss. Electronic calculator, geometry set. Me never did that look on your screen, miss.
All right. Mm-hmm. They need those, all right?
Yes, miss.
All right. Let's look at the formulas now. Marlon, read through the formulas for me.
Miss, this year, Mr. So I'm going to give away formula, there, miss.
Yeah, formulas always come on the paper,
Okay.
so it's for you to know how to use them because they are given So sometimes it's not just that they don't have the, they don't know the formula, it's that they don't know how to use it. They don't even know that it's being needed to be used. So having the formula is good, but it's knowing when to use what and where to use what. Marla, read through the formulas for me.
Volume of prism V equal AH, where A is the area of the cross section and H is the perpendicular length. Volume of a cylinder V equal pi r square H, where R is the radius of the base and H is the perpendicular height.
Mm-hmm.
Perpendicular height. Volume of lead prism V equal uh, a third AH, where A is the area of the base and H is the perpendicular height. Circumference C equal 2 pi r, where R is the radius of the circle. Arc length S. Me say that circle something be mean again.
Arc.
Angle.
Oh, theta.
uh,
Theta. Yeah,
it-
it's called theta. It's for the
uh,
angle. Mm-hmm. Still there, Marlon?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, miss. S
Continue
equal
reading.
theta over 360 multiplied by pi 2 pi r, where theta is the angle sustained by the arc measured in degrees. Area of circle A equal A equal pi r square, where r is the radius of the circle. A equal theta over 360 multiplied by pi r square, where theta is the angle of the sector measured in degrees. Area of trapezium A equal half bracket A plus B close bracket H, where A and B are the length of the parallel side and H is the par is the parallel distance between the no the and H is the perpendicular distance between the parallel sides. Root of quadratic equation: if ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, then x equal minus b plus and minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Okay. Trigonometry ratio: sine equal opposite over hypotenuse, cos equal adjacent over hypotenuse, tan equal opposite over adjacent. Area of triangle: area of what that triangle mean unknown, miss? Miss,
It does
what
say
that
area
triangle
of
them?
triangle. It does a triangle symbol. Area of
Oh,
triangle equal.
oh. Area of triangle equal half BH. No, yeah, area of triangle equal half BH, where B is the length of the base and H is the perpendicular height. Area of triangle ABC equal half ABC sine C. Area of triangle ABC equal square root S open bracket S minus A close bracket open bracket S minus B close bracket open bracket S minus C close bracket, where S equal A plus B and C plus B, A plus B plus C over 2, since Sine rule, A over sine A equal B over sine B. C equal C over sine C. Quotient rule, A square equal B
What's that word?
squared plus C. Cosine
Oh,
rule, A square equal B square plus C square minus 2BC cos A.
okay. All right, so those are the formulas that we have. Now, Andre, you're gonna choose the question that you want. You good with that question, Andre? Andre?
Yes, miss.
You good with this question? We're not choosing that one. How about this one? You good with this one? You tell me which question you want to do now. Have you selected that question?
Yes, miss.
Which
B,
question?
miss. Cause A is simple, miss.
Okay, so you want to do B?
Yes, miss.
All right, so read through B for me. And for the
When
person,
Megan started working,
good night to you. We are looking at May, no, July 2021 paper, past paper, and this is CSEC past paper. Go ahead, Andre.
when Megan started working, she was paid $85 each week. After a 6 month probationary period, her pay was increased by 20%. How much was she paid each week after the increase?
Pronounce that word for me again, honey. Probationary.
Probationary.
Thank you. All right. What do you think you should do? Marlon, what do you think you should do for this
Miss, fine 85. How much you pay? How much $85? 25% of $85, miss.
to find? Find how much?
20% of $85.
Okay, 20% of 85. Mm-hmm. So do that for me. You're both co-hosts, so you can write on the screen.
Actually, you want me right and you tell me what's the right here? Yeah, I'm offended.
You want the algebra? Marlon has a pen that he can write so it allows him to write a little neater. Is that okay?
Yes, miss.
Okay. What's happening? You
So,
gone?
I mean, if you do it myself or
No,
toy.
Algebra, tell us what, tell Marlon what to do now. So why about you not communicating with each other? Why did I ask him that, Marlon?
20% of 85 would be 17.
20%.
How did you find that? Did you work it out?
No, miss.
What did you do?
Ask Google.
What you answer to me? So you got Google that exam? No, sir. You know, last found the one there. Be serious. Right now, may I give you a detention for that. They're sending a naughty corner. You need to go and sit and reflect on what you just did. You go into the naughty corner, you're going to stand in the naughty corner and think about your actions. LJ, all right, please tell me how you would work it out then. How would you work it out? Because you don't
Instead
have
of
to know that
more
for the exam.
than
Because
20 over
Google, as
1 hour.
smart as she is, she does not have permission to enter that exam room.
Someone help me, miss?
Huh? How do you find 20% of 85? All
Someone
right, I'm going to look at daddy vibe. So come. Where you find 20%
20
of
over 100
85?
times
Quick and
85,
fast.
miss.
Hmm?
20 over 100 times 85.
Mm-hmm. What do you do next after you write that?
Miss, I go multiply across, miss.
Uh,
Multiply.
hold on, multiply across Marlon. Multiply across as
In
he says.
the way they can miss, ma do it, miss.
Eh?
Only that cancel it, you can do the way there to miss.
No, we want to go with your approach. We'll take Marlon's approach after. What would you do? You want to cancel? Or you want to multiply across?
Multiply across, miss.
Multiply across, Marlon. When you multiply across, what
Did
do
I
you
get
get?
17 to 1,700
Go on, Marlon. Follow his instructions.
divided by 100. Cancel out the zero, them 17%.
Write that down in your book as method 1. Leave enough space, and then you're going to write method 2 because the question is not complete as yet. Method 1, so that's the first part algebra is going to take. Leave enough space and write method 2.
Miss me never write down question it, you know.
Okay, I'll give you some time to write the question. So this is method 1. Give us some time to write the question, Marlon. Go
And the
ahead and
question
start
now, book,
answering.
miss?
Miss?
Of course. You have the paper? You have the paper printed out?
No, miss. But I go
Okay,
print it tomorrow, miss.
no, for tonight you need the question in your book. When tomorrow come, I'm gonna see paper, I can say something different.
6.
Let me know when you finish writing the question, gentlemen.
Finish, miss.
All right. You write your method 1. And you write down that which you have started with. Have you done so?
Yes, miss.
Okay. All right. We're waiting on Marlon, right?
Finish.
Marlon, you finished as well?
No, miss.
Good night, Javon. Ferguson, how are you?
Mr. Scream Shot is up.
Please write the question in the book, sir.
Yes, Mr. I'm just tell you, just in case you want it.
Oh, okay. Well, we're still waiting on you because you're gonna give us your method.
Mr. Man, said no that different.
You were doing the canceling different. So one difference is different.
All right. Finish, miss.
Okay. So you can continue now.
To the show my method, miss.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Must do my see the miss.
Can you tell me what you've done?
Miss, I say, sorry, don't write it out, miss. And I say, 0, the 20 over 100, miss. 0
Mm-hmm.
cancels 0. So you have
Mm-hmm.
2 over 10 multiplied by 85 over 1. And then I say 2 times 85 over 1, I get 170 over 10. Then I cancel 0, and I get 17.
Okay. Right, so that's your method two, right? That's your first part. All right, go with the rest of the question. Alj, Sir Alj,
So give
Yes,
me 2
miss.
minutes, miss. When I get
go with the rest of the question.
Megan said she was paid for each after 6 month probationary period. Pay expect 20% to more than she paid off the increase. Me so they want to find out me so much him pay get off I increase me. So I go multiply 17 by 85, miss.
Multiply 17 by 85. All
Yes,
right.
miss.
So that's what you think. Marlon?
I'm gonna do the pencil there for that.
Well, why is it in multiplying 17 by 85?
One. That pencil. I don't want to carry. No. I'm stressed out. I am stressed out, bro. Oh.
So I'm back now.
Okay.
Oh, there's
So,
something I put meter too.
yeah, Aldrin said that he is going to multiply 85 by 17. What do you think about that? Read the rest of the question. Aldrin said his approach is 85 by 17 to get the rest of the answer. Read the question again for me, Marlon. Right? And then tell me what you think you should do next. If you agree with LJ or you disagree.
When Megan started working, she was paid $85 each week. After a 6-month probation period, her pay was increased by
Probation,
20%. How much was it?
probationary,
Eh?
pronounce, yes, miss.
Probationary.
Pronounce that word for me again, please.
Eh?
Probationary,
Her pay her probationary.
yes,
Probationary.
yes. Continue. Continue, Marlon.
Period. Her pay Period. Her pay was increased by 20%. How much was she paid after? How much was she paid each week after the increase?
Mm-hmm. What would you do? What would you do to get your answer?
So I'd add $17 to the
Mm-hmm.
$85.
Why would you add 17 to 85?
Cause that's how much percent 20 be. Like
Okay.
how
So
much
you said you would add 17 to 85, and Andre said he would multiply. Which of you is correct now?
um me?
Okay, so Zoom is here. Hello, Zoom. How are you? Say hello to Zoom, Marlon.
I presume.
It's been a while, Zoom. Nice to see you. All right, so Zoom said percentage increase. Dominic said you would add. Yes, Dominic would add. All right, hello, Dominic would add 85 and 17, which gives us, so the adding is correct. Hello, Dominic.
102.
So what would it give us?
102, miss.
102. And I like the fact that Zoom was able to identify the topic that we're doing. So he identified as percentage increase. So go ahead and write that down. The next step that you would do.
Right on screen, miss.
Yes, darling.
Miss?
Yes, honey. Yes, Zoom. So 20% of 85 and add, and it gives us 102. Good job. Marlon,
Yes?
what did I tell you about the equal signs? In how many equal signs do you have in a statement?
One.
Okay, so please put it below.
Miss, like, me can't put it below because something there. Like, the part of me have the arrow and the color did you miss and it can't go away.
Okay. All
Me
right,
can't.
let me sort that out for you just a sec. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I'm trying. I'm through this fine line as I go from day to day. I can hear myself say, trust me, child. More older. With the equal sign here.
Yes?
With the equal sign at 102.
Where's your right there?
Now you can put the equal in that line. You can put 75, 17 plus 85 equal. You can put it in that line. Okay. Okay. But for 1 mark, I want you to do something a little bit different. I know this is how we teach it at first. When I just started working here in the UK, I realized that these kids over here have never been taught this method. And I learned a different method. No, that's the different method that you're going to use to get your answer. And this answer is 1 mark. So you don't need to show this working out. I stand corrected if anything else is expected. But for 1 mark, you only need to write down your answer for 1 mark question. All right. So what you do here is that it says 20%. It's increased by 20%. So we're gonna do a few percentage. Mental maths now. So method number 3, we're applying mental maths to do this. All right, so what we're going to use to do method number 3, mental maths, which means you're not putting anything on paper. You're going to do it mentally. Mhm. All right, so hold on, let me get this bit started again. You hear me, Marlon? You hear me, LJ?
Miss? Yeah, yes, miss.
All right, so we're going to use mental maths to do this one. So this is what I learned when I came here now, is that these students, when they see 20% of 85, this is what they do. So you write 20%. Hold on, let me get another quest column. Let me type instead of doing that way. So one is, I want you to find, if you're doing 20%, first I want you to tell me what 1% of, so 1% of 85 is. I want you to tell me what, so we're going to look at 1% of 85. 2, we're going to look at 10% of 85. 3, we're going to look at 50% of 85. And these are 3 that always you can always use to get that shortcut in terms of getting to your answer, in terms of like it's a go-to, like a go-to stage, I would say. All right. So what is 1% of 85? What is 1% of a number?
0.85.
0.85. How do you find 1% of a number? So let me write.
Miss, the
So
number
hold
over
on, let me write this
100.
down. As I said, the answer is 100. Hold on. This thing here, black. Good. All right, so hold on, let me get the box to put the answers in now. So Alger says it is 0.85. Yeah.
Yes, miss.
All right. And how did you get 0.85? What do you do when when you're finding 1% of a number? So that's the question. What do you do when you are finding FINDING 1% of a number? What do you do when you're finding 1% of a number?
Miss, what do we do when you find?
Yeah, how do you find? So if I say 1% of 30, what's the answer? 1% of 185, what's the answer? 1% of 3 million.
It's 1.85.
So what do you do to know that it's 1.85? How do you get 1.85?
Miss, me I want trick what me I always use. Me just say, like how much, you say obviously it's a go there over zero. Over 100, miss. And me just use the amount of zeros.
Uh-huh.
And then me just say, like, let me say,
You want to write it on screen, something on
yes,
screen to
miss.
show us what your trick looks like?
So you say 1% of 185. So and me say this is 185. 1 point that.
Mm-hmm.
So what me do always do? Just say this over 100. But me can do it fast in my head, but when I want it, obviously it's gonna be over 85 because 1 times
Uh-huh.
185 or that or 185.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So then I would say then 20 right here. So point for this one, 85, 108, 185, go there behind the 5.
Mm-hmm.
So you just say how much zeros I have, 1, 2, then you just jump 2 times. So 1, 2.
Mm-hmm.
And the point go there, so and equal to 1.85.
Okay. Okay, well done. All right, well done. And that's the expectation I want you to be thinking of in your head one way. All right. Another way that I want you to say is that if you find 1% of a number, just divide that number by 100. Or as I said, drum 2 times. So think of it as just move the decimal place 2 times. Two place values to the left. Yeah, because when we move it 2 place values to the left, that signifies us dividing. All right, or we say divide it by 100, which is still when you divide a number by 100, you're moving it. The decimal point will be moved 2 place values to the left. All right, good. So now let me ask. So since Marlon has said that, and I want to see how quick you are now with your answers, like speed of light. So I'm watching for the persons in the chat too. Let me see what Zoom have said. Zoom said, Miss, are you doing the whole paper tonight? No, Zoom, just a few questions. Zoom percentage is out of 100, so put the percentage of what you want to find over 100 and multiply by the number. So it's 1 over 100 times n. When n is the number you want the percentage out of. Move to the left because you're dividing. Yes. All right. Good job. Zoom. All right. So what I want you to do now is to say, okay, we know that we're dividing. If we're finding 1%, we're dividing by 100. So mental maths now, you're not using a calculator, you're not writing down anything. You're just gonna think about the answer mentally. So remember, move the decimal point 2 places to your left. Just visualize that happening in your head. So when I say, okay, Zoom, I want you to be quick on your fingers now. Marlon and Alj, I need to hear the answers coming out. So if I say 1% of 500, what's the answer?
5
Yep.
5. 1% of 600, what's the answer?
6.
1% of 20, what's the answer?
2.
Find 2.
1% of 526, what's the answer?
526.
Yes.
5.26.
5.26. 1% of 721, what's the answer?
7.21.
0.21. 5% of 3, 1% of 3, what's the answer?
0.03, miss.
0.03, beautiful. 1% of 7, what's the answer?
Want answer that, RJ?
0.07.
0.07. 1% of 9, what's the answer?
0.09.
I'll say how you sound so poorly. What happened to you? Come on, man, shake it out.
Small sleep, miss.
You try go get little water, wash your face and open those eyes. You hear me?
Remember when I wake from 5 o'clock tomorrow, miss?
What time now? What time is it?
4 o'clock. 4
What
o'clock.
time
Get
is
up on
it?
my time.
Hmm?
9:34.
Time early,
9:34. I
miss.
let you
Time
go
early
at 10
morning. Early
o'clock.
morning,
You try
miss.
open your eyes, get little water, wash your face, and get up, change the position that you're in. Go drink little
Yes,
ice
miss.
cold water or something.
So I
Wake
said
up.
last night at 12 o'clock, later, I come off. And at 4
Oh,
o'clock, I forget.
okay, tell him again. Tell him again. You hear
My
that?
freshman, miss. My freshman.
He was online doing lesson 4 last night.
My
Yeah?
freshman, miss.
In my first man. And then in my graduate if you were 11 grade, 10 grade. All right, Mr. Alj. Let's go with the rest of the questions. Let's go.
A
You
10
need
grade
to
algebra.
get a rocket now. 1% of 500.
Mr. said that
1% of,
already.
yeah, but you still don't give me the answer no. I'm gonna say it already.
5.
5. 1% of 8.6.
8.6.
Yes.
0.086.
0. Go again?
0.
0.86.
Oh,
No,
0.86. You
0.086.
know what I hear from you, Marlon? I hear 0 point.
Oh,
0.086. What?
No,
No,
Mr.
0.0.
0.086.
Oh, yeah. All right, good. All right, 1% of 0.3.
0.03.
No, 1% of zero of 0.3.
Miss 0.3.
No,
1% of 0.3.
yes, 1% of 0.3.
0.003.
0.003 is correct. All right, let me go again. 1% of 1.28. I'll
Me?
say, I need to hear you. 1% of Zoom. Look at your decimal point where your decimal point is. Correct that decimal point. Zoom. 1% of 1.28.
0.128.
0 point.
0.128.
No.
1%.
1% of 1.28.
0.28. So,
No. same same technique.
Miss, I want to go on the technique in miss.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You check. You watch your face, yes?
0.0128, miss.
Eh?
0.0128.
0.0128. Yes, so divide by 100 when you're finding 1%. And let's do three more and then we'll move on. Find 1% of 1% of 1 million.
0.0100000000.
Say what now? What you say a while ago?
Is that
Andre,
a
you gotta get up yet. Go, please, get up. Go drink a little water, wash your face, because if you tell me 1% of 1 million is, bro,
10,000?
where's 0.0000000? Come on, go wash your face. Zoom help us
10,000.
out, because these boys are sleeping tonight.
Miss, 10,000, miss.
Oh, 10,000, yes. I didn't hear. Sorry, Marlon. Yeah, 10,000. All right, let's move on now. So we know how to find 1%. 1% is us dividing by 100. Now let's find 10%. What is 10% of 85?
10% of 85.
Mm-hmm.
8.5.
How did you get it? Mentally.
Skip one time, miss.
Ah, so if I'm finding 1% of 85, I divide by 100. Now if I'm finding 10% of 85, I divide by what?
So,
Huh?
Miss, repeat.
When I'm finding 10% of a number, what do I divide by? What power of 10? What what do I divide by? Yes, 8.5 Zoom. But what do I divide by when I'm finding 85%? When I'm finding 100%, I divide by 10. By 100. When I'm finding 1%, I divide by 100. Now that I am finding 10%, what do I divide by?
Miss, when I get to this a while ago.
1,000, miss.
Okay, so you say we divide 85 by 1,000 when
No.
we're finding 10%.
We did it. We did.
Zoom, move the point to the right one place. Yes, Zoom, move the point
10.
to the right one place. What is that dividing by?
10.
10.
10. Thank you.
Oh, that is the action me no.
All right, that one there. Maybe I structured it wrong. I don't know.
No, miss me there drink someone juice, so never pay attention.
Oh, okay. So now when you're finding um when you're finding 10% and divide by 10. Good.
Yes, miss.
So let's see if we can take a look around for our money now. Yes, MB is thicker. We divide by 10. So type MB is thicker. Divide by 10. So let's see if we can take a run for our money now. This 10% of 9. Come on now, man. School challenge quiz, boss.
10%.
9.0.
Oh, it's you, Marlon.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Okay, so, LJ.
This way, so miss.
No, LJ gave me the answer. Okay, yes, Zoom. This is good practice. What is 10% of what's the number? 9.
0.9.
10% of 7.
0.7.
10% of 12.
0.12.
1.2.
1.2.
Oh,
10% of
okay.
15.
1.5.
0.5. 1.5.
10 for good. Well done, Aldre. And Mariam. 10% of 85.
8.5.
2.5.
10% of 0.85.
0.
8.5.
10% of
10%, listen, 10%
0.085.
of 85. Yes, 0.085. 10% of 16.
1.6.
1.6.
1.6. 10%
1.70.
of 700. 10% of 500.
50.
10% of 2 million.
200,000.
200,000.
200,000. Good. 10% of 0.83.
0.83.
0.083.
0.083. 10% of 0.2.
0.02.
0.02. 10% of 0.0006.
0.006.
10% of 0.006.
Means
0.0086.
0.0006.
Hold on, go again.
So 2
0.00086.
Yeah. So 3 zeros after the first, after the decimal point. All right, good. So you get that bit. Now let's do
Get that
50%.
half.
50% of a number.
Half.
Ah, beautiful. So 50%.
42.5.
number, miss.
Hmm?
This is a while ago.
What is 50% of a number?
Oh, you have.
Half. So what is half of 85?
42.5.
42.5.
Right.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Now we can use these and get any percentage. Let's look at how. If I ask you for 20%, what would you do mentally? Nothing on paper. What would you do?
20%, miss.
Mm-hmm.
1 over 5.
What is 20% of 85? How would you work that out mentally?
What is 20% over 85?
What is 20% of 85? How would you work that mentally?
That's 20 over 100 times 85.
No. Mentally, using the
Mentally.
same
Oh,
strategy.
I'll do answer that now.
You know, part of the question to Alje. Come Alje, he had the pawn shop owner.
20% of 85 miss so mother mentally miss.
Uh-huh.
Miss, you have to work mental.
Yes, please.
Mentally, so bam.
Look at what you're given.
Miss,
Mm-hmm.
like 10% of 8.5 miss.
Yeah,
And he said 20% miss.
yeah,
So that means you want next 10% miss.
yeah.
So how many get 8.5? Miss, me
Come
know.
on, you're on the right
Oh,
track.
me catch you, miss.
You catch what you're still
8.50, miss.
eh?
That's 8.50.
So, sir. It sounds like a car that where you buy. And it,
Miss, me
Miss,
don't know if you explain it, your
and then
site,
it is
miss.
broke down.
Me don't know if you explain your site, miss.
You catch the first part good though. You identify the right thing. Come, Marlon.
Miss, so that's it. 20 of of 85.
Yeah, how do you find that? Using what you know now in front of you. You can't write down anything, you're doing it mentally.
Miss, let's say like do 100 first, like 100 over 85.
You
Divide
have to know 100, you know, 85. Damn it.
Mentally.
so go with
Mentally.
0.85.
Come on, Jay, tell him
That
again.
an a mentally na man.
Jay, tell
You
him again.
literally a try find different way of work out the question.
Yeah, he only know to work out the question. He don't know. We do it mentally, so he's stuck in another one phase. Come, Marlon, unstuck yourself and think about it a different way. Let me see what Zoom is saying. Zoom, what you're saying? How would you work it out mentally? Maybe I need to call Sadrika to come and do this for us. Hmm? Should I call Sadrika?
If I got me, take a 5.
I called Dejano.
Miss, call the journal.
Call Dejano. So why should I call Sadrika?
Yeah, call anyone, miss. Two Sajika na do CXC this year.
That's why Sadrika go show no upset. Una no sexy this year. And Sadrika go know the answer. And she not do it this year.
I mean, I tell her I never come
I
for
can't
you,
find
but
my phone. Text her in the group.
she
Text her
good
in the
last
group.
sleep, miss.
Oh, you know she's sleeping.
Just assume, miss.
Text her in the group. Ask Sadrika or the journal. Let me see if I find my phone and call the journal. You don't figure it out yet? If 10 something is for $8.50. How much for 20? Mentally.
Wait. Let me get it. If $10
Miss,
for
I got
eight,
add 10 more to it, miss.
yeah.
You
Add,
gotta add 10
add
more
10
to
to,
it, so
add 10 to 8.5.
add 10 to
No,
8.5. Hey,
No,
hey,
no, miss. No,
hey,
no, at
no.
hey.
8.5 plus 8.5.
Okay. At 8.5 plus 8.5, which give me
17.
any other way.
Miss Hassan never me algebra me get in a car funny just yeah. Like that.
Alright. That's a spirit. Any other way. Instead of adding the two numbers, what could I have done?
Ask Miss Malika for help.
Hmm? What I just said? Instead of multiplying the numbers, what could we do? See, I gave you the answer you not even realize because I asked the question wrong and you didn't even realize that I asked the
Multiply,
question
miss.
wrong.
Multiply by 2, miss. No, miss.
Yes,
Jaja.
multiply by 2. All right, Isaiah, pick it up in the last. All right. Marlon don't get that one yet. I bet you. Marlon, you don't get it as yet, right? Marlon? All right, so if I'm finding
Yes,
20%
Miss.
and I multiply by 2, what will I do if I'm finding 30%?
Um multiply by 3.
So what is mentally? No, you're not putting anything on paper. And tell me how you mentalize that. What do you do? What is 8.5 times 3?
Um
Mentally, mentally,
Miss
nothing written down.
Mary in a maid.
Okay.
3 times 5, 15.
Yes,
15.
good job.
3 24 plus 1
Mm-hmm.
25. I put the one this way. I get 25.5 Miss.
25.5, good job. What is 40%?
Or 10, 20, just put it to this 3, 24, 24, 3. Okay. Um,
You don't have to do the root. Think about the factor. What is 20%? What is 20%?
34, Miss.
Thank you. You see it?
Yeah.
All right. What is
Miss Mental
17?
like common sense.
What is 5%?
5% or half a 10.
Mm-hmm.
So half multiplied by 8.5.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Mentally. Mentally.
um,
So instead of say half multiplied by 8.5, think of just like when you say half, just think of 8.5 divided by what?
2.
So
2,
you see it faster mentally.
4,
Divide
4,
by 2, which
4,
give you what?
4, 4 something.
For what?
Point.
4.25.
4.25. Good job. All right, Aljay, I see you coming in again. What is 11% of 8.5? Of 85?
Level, Miss.
Yes, love. Mentally.
Mentally.
This child.
You
You
know, me quick.
child.
A calculator, but just there and find a miss.
With calculator, you try to work it out mentally. 11%.
Miss, I got add 1 to
Ah, come
9,
on now.
miss.
So
To
what's the
8, to
answer?
8, to 8. So that be
Hmm?
9.8, 9, 10, 11.35, miss.
Mm-hmm.
9.35.
Well done. Some
So me
person
add,
would have put though 9.90.
miss, so me add 1 to 8, 9, making 9, and count for 8 to 11, miss.
Yeah.
With the five, miss. And there's 3-5.
Yeah, but some
9.35.
persons would have seen it as this. When they add in, they will get that part wrong mentally because they're going to add 0.85 plus 8.5. They will add it like that. So some person would have gotten it incorrect because it's not 8 point. This it's 8.5, which is 8.50.
If me don't get it incorrect, if me don't do it mentally.
You would have gotten it incorrect.
If me don't do it mentally.
Yeah, so you need to know that 0.85 plus 8.5 is 8.50. The 5 is in the 10th column. So you can't be adding the 10th column with a digit in the 100th column. All right? So this is how you should see it in your head mentally. All right, so I'll do a good job on that. All right, so let's go now. So if 11% is 9.35, what is 12%? Mentally, no paper.
Miss ask
And I
so,
need to
miss.
hear how you're seeing it mentally. What you're doing, how you visualize it.
9 plus 1 at 10.
9 plus what?
10 point 10 point um 10.2, miss.
How you get it? How you visualize it? Let me hear the reason.
Miss 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 correct, miss.
Tell me the reason first.
Miss me add me
I've
add
faith
me
in your
add
answer.
so miss you said it did have 9.35, miss. And you said 12%, miss. So add 1 to the 9, miss, make it 10.
Add 1 to
And
the
then
10. Mm-hmm.
miss I subtract 1 from the 3, miss.
That's fine. That's fine. Mm-hmm.
Leave it 2, miss.
Mm-hmm.
So 9 10.25.
10.25. Mm-hmm.
Yes, miss. That's it.
You're correct. But somewhere along the way, before you give me the last part of the answer, I just missed something. So you say you add 85, 0.85 mentally. So that you said it a different way, but I'm doing it like that. What would I say? So that's 12. But if I'm doing it mentally, this is how I see it. I see it as 0.85. So if they say 12, then I'm seeing it like this. I'm gonna clear some bits that I have over here. This is how I see it. If I'm doing it mentally, so I see it as no, so I see it as 0. I see it as 0.85. So if I'm doing 12%, I'm thinking about 0.85 times 2, which is 1.7. So I did that part first. So I said, okay, that's 1.7. I'm seeing 1.7. I'm seeing 1.7 in the in my head. That's a 0.85. That is giving 1.7. So I'm seeing 1.7 in my head. And then the next bit now is that 10% is 8.5. So I'm now seeing 8.5 in my head. And I do 5 and 7 is 12. So I say, okay, 5 and 7 is 12. That means it's 2 leaving here and 1 goes there. And that give me 10. So that's how I
Miss,
visualize
where
it.
where you get 1.7, miss?
Because if they say 12%, I know 1% is 0.85. So I say 1%, 1 times 2, 1 times 2 is 2%. So that means 0.85 times 2. So if they have asked me for 4%, I'm going to multiply 0.85 by 4. But if I'm multiplying 0.85 by 4, I'm going to multiply it by 2 first and then double it. So I'm going to use the rule of doubling. So if I'm supposed to find 4% of 85, look at how I would do it mentally. Hold on. 4%, let me write it down. 4% of 85. In my head, I am seeing, I remember that. So in my head, if I'm doing 4%, I'm going to say, okay, what is 1%, Felica? 1% of 85 is 0.85. So we have that part become a divide. So we say, okay, 0.85. Felica, what is 2%? In my head, I say, okay, Felica, 2% of 85 is 1.75. 1.7, sorry, 1.7. I multiply that by 2. Now, I need to find 4%. I'm not going to say what is 3 and what is 4. I'm not going to double the 2. So 4%, I just double the 2. So 4% of 85. Now I'm seeing in my head 1.7 times 2, which means that, okay, fellow, 1.7 times 2 is going to give you 2, because I would say 2 2 times 1 is 2, and then 2 times 7 is 14. Okay, Felica, so since you have 2, they're going to add that 1 to it, which makes it 3, so you're going to have 3.4. Or you could have done it backward, the other way that persons normally do it, and to say 2 times 7, Felica, is 14, put on the 4. Over here, I put my 4. 2 times 7 is 14. Put my 4, and then I say, okay, carry the 1. And 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. So that's how I know my answer would be 3.4. Does that make sense? All right. So that's how I do it mentally in my head. Like that's how it plays out in my head if I'm going to find 4%. Now let me ask you 3 more questions and I'll let you go. What is um what if you're finding 7%? What would you do? You don't have to tell me the answer, but tell me which percentage you can find to get 7%. Which 2%, or how would you do it?
Miss, you gotta find 6%, miss, then I multiply by 2. Miss.
No, you're finding 7%. 7% you're finding, Come again. A317, we're looking at, it's the same past paper, but we're looking at strategy for the exam. So going into the exam, yes, it's nice to work a lot of questions, but you need strategy as well. So one more question, I expect you to be doing this mentally. All right, so that's what we're kind of focusing on. We're not rushing, we'll get through the papers, but we're looking at strategies to say, what will you do? How will you work this out mentally? Right? Because 1 mark, you don't need to be writing down anything other than the answer. So it's just using those strategies to see how we'll work it out mentally. All right, yes, Marlon. How will I find 7% of a number? So we'll have other past papers coming up, A317, but not as yet, my darling. We're trying to do this one to see this first. Marlon, 7%. Which percentage can I find to get 7%?
Which person?
Mm-hmm. If you're doing 7%, what would you do?
Um, save over 100.
You reach back this so with this. You see, I'm tell us say, you reach back this so man. You think you have to mental maths.
Mentally, man. Mentally.
Yeah, please remind him for me mental maths.
What is that?
We are doing Bellevue maths. You try manage it. What is 7%? You try open that brain now and start thinking beyond that which you know. 7%. Come on.
So
You
do
can
it again.
do it if you really want. You can do it if you really want.
Miss,
You
what you say
must
with
try, try and try, try and try. You succeed at last.
Miss, Miss, do one more, Miss, I'll make it up.
No, sir. That's how you go. Use your brain. How would you find 7%? Make the mistake, make it again, make it again, make it again until you get it correct. But you're going to use your
Alright.
brain. You can do it if you really want. You can do it if you really want. You must try, try and try, try and try. You'll succeed at last. All right, come in, Algie.
Oh,
Come, Algie, what would you do? How would you find 7%
miss.
mentally?
All right, miss. 7% of 85, miss.
Mental maths.
What's it? Mental, eh?
Come, Barland, complain. It is not going to help you figure out it. How will you find 7%? You can complain some more. It's not going to help. How do you find 7%? You can do it if you really want. You can do it if you really want. You must try, try and try, try and try. You'll succeed at last.
Um, so, so 10 and 8.5.
Uh-huh. Yeah, now be here. You're trying. Go on.
So we do just minus like 0.3, 8.5, miss.
No.
What's a bus pipe now?
See, that way for real. But you look like your pipe not even squeeze because you only sit over there comfortable, making Marlon alone try.
No,
Come
miss.
out there. How would
I'm
you find
trying, miss.
7%? 7%. Imagine having 1%, 10%, 50%. How would you find 7%? What would you do?
Yes. I will.
Look if Zoom have the answer. Bet Zoom figure out the answer. Zoom. Zoom what's the answer? Zoom, what's the answer? Zoom said he'll do it normally. No Zoom, mental maths. You go in the exam if you practice this mentally. You just write down the answer, you're gone. Mental maths, man. Come on. Come on now.
Not much like a back mad me. Like, because my head I
So
hate me
what?
now. But too much I hate my head.
You might say what?
That hurt my head, miss.
7%. I know me not telling the answer. I swear. We're not gonna figure it out. Come, 7%.
I'll join annoy.
Mm-hmm.
Call Sadrika. Bet if you call Sadrika, Sadrika know it. All the Jano.
Let me take a second. Gosh.
You can do it if you really want. You can do it if you really want. You must try. Try and try. Try and try. You'll succeed at last. I bet say I call one of your parents and explain to them what I've explained to you so far. I bet they'll be able to answer. Who wants to bet?
Me, miss.
You really want to put your mommy understand or daddy understand?
Yes, miss.
Leave mommy and
No,
daddy out
because
of this. They try. You try get the answer. You're quick to say me, miss.
actually, me know when the man get you wrong, so I just say yes.
Yes, me no answer, miss, but me can
What's the
explain,
answer?
miss.
You have to tell me what you get
5.95.
mentally. Eh?
5.95 I answer, miss.
How
But
did
me
you,
no know if explain it mentally, miss.
so how did you get the 5.95?
Not mentally,
Calculatally?
miss.
Eh?
Not mentally.
Me know. Bellevue Maths where though? Mental institution maths. Mentally. All right, let me see if I call. Listen to me. I'm gonna call a grade 6 student right now to come and do this. Explain to them what I do. Explain to you, and I bet that grade 6 student is going to do it. Let me
Then let me
find.
ask someone to repeat how we can do it.
You have the information here. I'm going to tell the grade 6 student exactly what you have, but I can't find my phone. I call any of my PEP students and they're able to do it. I call Taylor, Taylor will tell me what the answer is. If
All right, call them.
I call Shawena, Shawena is going to tell me. Nika, Nika is going to tell me. They will tell me what the answer is without a doubt. But I can't find my phone. If I call, who else can I call? Any of my probability students, they can tell you. Brianna, oh gosh, Brianna will tell me without a doubt. What if I call a grade 3 child and the grade 3 child tell me the answer? You want me
So,
to
and
call?
I said, me can't work in, miss. I just, me can't work in mentally.
Come on, I'm going to call a grade 3 child and explain this to the grade 3 child. And trust me, man, if the grade 3 child can tell me what 70% is mentally, you know, we're just going to take with the dog, then we have Marlon. We ain't
Know
have
what me?
no more dog. Tell the father to sell the dog then. I don't know how I'm
Mm.
going to punish LJ yet. 7%. Me not telling you what to do. Try. I will not try. If you there try, you get the answer long time. You sit down and look for it. Try. Write up one bag or something. Think you see the man will make the light bulb in try 1,001 time before the light bulb successful. Come, write down something. No, write down something. Think about something. Think out loud. And I'll tell you, try. Come, try.
7 over 100 times
No, no, no,
85.
no, 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 no. Stop. We don't hear that.
I'm trying, miss.
Okay. I must applaud you for that. It's you, Andre. You know, what everybody I gonna do is you, the child. Trust me. Let me find a great sweet child.
It's at least before the instruction, miss.
Let me find, that's true. That's true. Let me find a grade three child. I know a little boy that is in grade three. Um, I can't find the little boy. Oh, hold on. Is it his number? This. I can't find the little boy number. Come on. 7%. This is gonna be a homework. Should I overclass here since I can't find 7%? All right, so it's good night then. But I'm not telling you the answer. You're gonna figure that answer out yourself. And when I come back, you must be able to tell me mentally what 7% is. How you get it?
All right, miss. Good night.
No, I'll say too quick to go to bed. That's why I'm not saying go to bed yet. If 10% is 8.5, what is 5%?
Half
Which
of
is
8.5, miss. Um, 4.5. 4.25.
4.25. So I know that 5 is 4.25. How much more do I need to get to 7?
Two
Two
more,
more.
miss.
What is 2% of 85?
Um, okay. Miss Boy, how many ways you could explain it, miss?
There are many ways to explain it, of course. But I not see why uno not think say uno no want think. Uno just want me don't know what I want to do because if a person don't want to think, I can't say what they want to do. You just want the answer to appear because they weren't thinking. They find 5%, which is what? What's 5%?
Um, 4.25.
So 5% of 85 equals 0 points. Is it 0? You sure?
Miss, where's the miss? 5%?
Yeah,
4.25, miss.
4.25. Good. And what do I do next?
Miss, you need, so you're gonna need
Uh-huh.
two more step to 85, miss. So you're
Two
gonna
more step
find
to
two, two,
85.
two more steps to reach 7%, miss.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So now you're gonna add, miss, 1.7, which is 2%.
Okay, so all right, 2%,
So you're
of
gonna have
85,
4.25
which give
plus
us
1.7.
1.7. And what's 1.7? Put a 0 to fill that and just add it now. So 7% is what?
Oh dear, we no feel no love.
What's
5.95,
7%?
miss.
Huh?
5.95.
5.95. Did you write anything on paper to get this answer?
No, miss.
Was it as
Mentally.
difficult as you thought it would have been?
No, miss. I just common sense, miss.
Okay, so since it's common sense, what is 49% of 85?
Miss, you're gonna multiply 5.95 times what? 5.95.
That's what? Oh, what is that? Hold on, come again?
5.95 times 5.95, miss.
Oh no. No, I thought you had it, man. No. I thought you had it.
Miss, yes, you know, say 49%, miss.
Yes, well, I can
Oh,
multiply
oh, oh, oh. No, miss,
5.9
no,
times
miss. We
5.9.
do it wrong, miss. We do it wrong, miss. Miss, so 1%, 1% is 0.85, miss. I
It's
don't want
where
to
you are. You
find.
had something right there. You had something right there. Since it's 7%, you made the relationship between 7% and 49, but you still haven't finished that part. You have something there. So you made the relationship between 7 and 49. What's the relationship between 7 and 49?
7 times 7 are 49, miss.
Good. So what should I multiply that 5.95 by?
7, miss.
Good. But another way, tell me another way I could have done it looking at 50%. I know that
You're gonna
50% is
subtract 0.85, miss.
see, more than one way to do it. All right, so that is it for mental maths. So I take
What?
it that your brain was worked today to a little extent. All right,
Oh,
so using mental maths now to answer our question, right? Now, what if we were asked to find 98% of 85? What would I do?
98%.
Of 85? I hear my phone, but I can't find it. Some sentences, I don't know where it is. I hear it beeping now. Oh gosh, man. Mm. No, sir, 98%. Oh, it sounds as if we're writing down things, so we need to hear the explanation mentally.
98.
And here I was thinking that you both got it.
So the one that did simple, miss. 50 and 50, miss. Would that be 42 times 4 or so? No.
Why would you go that route when you know that 100% is 85? What's 100% of 85?
85.
Yes. So if you know that 100 is 85, how do you find 98%?
83. Subtract 2 from it, miss. Should that be 83, miss?
Would that be what?
83.
Yeah. No, not 83. Come
Point
again.
3. 83.3.
83.3. Yeah.
Yes, miss.
Okay, subtract 1.7.
Got
All
it.
right, how would? Yes, Marlon?
It's not you, man.
You understand how we got the 83.3? Marlon? Marlon?
Yes,
Let's
miss,
do what?
I was talking to my father.
You understand how we got the 83.3?
No, miss. Miss, me I look
Explain
back
it.
on extreme, miss.
Explain it again. Oh, I must look on the stream. I'm back over there.
No, miss, I said I'm going to look back on this stream. What to do?
Oh,
What's that? What's wrong? I'm gonna get
it's
my sleep
alright.
last night.
All right, I'm gonna let you go, but I need you to know that these questions, one, you're not expected to write anything other than the answer. So you find your 20% by finding 10%, 8.5, multiply that by 2 in your head. You say that's 17, right? And then you just add it to 85. You say 85 plus 17, you do that mentally, and you write down your answer to be 102. Now, all of these working out that we're seeing on screen, we're not seeing any of that other than the answer. It's 1 mark. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So 1 mark, not so much words. So you just write down $102. That's all need to be there. Nothing else. Let's do one more question before you go. Select one more. Select a question from the paper now, Marlon. You don't have to select the next question. If you know what to do it, don't select the next question. Just
Select
select a question from the paper. This one? Yes,
um
no?
yeah, we
Move
do that.
on. Tell me. Do you
All
know
right.
how to write this in standard
In
form?
I think so,
The-
miss.
Hmm. That, no confidence in thinking. Significant figures? Let's go with this one. Read the question for me, Marlon.
In 19
Read the question for me, Marlon.
this is coming. In 1965, the population of country A was 2,714,000. In 2015, the population was 3,663,900. Write the population in 2015 correct to three significant figures.
Write down the question for me. All the questions.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me send the link to Zoom. Fine. And to anyone on YouTube that can put the link in over there for me, Marlon.
Put in a chat.
Yes, please.
No, miss. Which link you?
The Zoom link. This link that we're on.
Oh, uh,
Link. You hear the monkey in my background?
Bongi.
You hear somebody snoring? You hear it? Oh, thought
It
you
not.
heard it.
It's not be blue, miss. Not turn blue.
What's not turning blue?
Link commission.
Send the class ID. And the ID and the password. Isaiah you gone? Are you still there? Come Zoom. Come and explain to us how you get your answer. Wait a
Miss
minute,
Zoom get
I don't see any link that you post in the chat.
my name sick. I tell me she not turn blue.
You don't have to turn blue, just send it off. You will turn blue after you send it. Send it off and let we see what it turns if it's not.
Miss, listen, miss.
Send it in there first and let us see what it turns. It should turn blue when you send it.
Turn blue, miss.
Have you sent it?
Yes, miss, you see my name.
Send it for you. Unless we're behind time.
So,
Hold on, let me go. Let me come out and go back in.
me just log it. Alright, let's say it from my laptop.
Where you sending the link? Over
Screenshot it.
YouTube there?
Yeah, yes, miss.
I'm not seeing nothing on YouTube.
If you put in, you know, a screenshot, so me see it. What's up?
Okay, I'll find it and send it over there. I'll send the link.
Miss, me now see if you true, miss.
Mm-mm, not see. Tell me if you see what I sent just now.
Yes, miss. I see it, miss.
I don't know why I was 15 years. Come and explain to your classmates Zoom so that they can get this one. And Alj gone already, Marlon? Or is he still here? Alj,
Instagram one.
you
The mic on.
look as if he fall asleep.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Eh, you finish writing the question, Marlon, all of the question you're supposed to write, you finished?
Oh, actually, no, Miss me remember it. We just write 2 words. I mean,
Yeah, write the question for me. Okay.
sir.
Ask him if he's coming.
So probably gonna be better. My background is noisy. My
Okay.
system background noisy. Miss
Alright.
probably share some.
Eh?
Miss Zoom probably share.
Zoom shy? Probably.
Probably.
So when you finish writing the question, alright, You remember you have the rest of the question from the link that Aljo sent to me.
Zoom. Mrs. Zuma forward.
Mm-hmm. Aljo, hello, Zoom. How are you?
The heck? The
Marla, you were right. Zoom is shy. All right, Zoom, your family get to come over here and speak to us for the first time verbally. We've always been talking to you through messaging. How are you, Zoom? Welcome to Mathematics Real Center. How are you? Well, to the
good
last live
right.
verbal live action. Yeah? Go again, Zoom.
Good night, miss. I just say good night.
Good night. Which school you attend to? Yes, Zoom? Marla, you talk to Zoom. Sorry.
Yes, miss.
You talk to Zoom. Maybe you think talk back to you, you're talking
If we do a question together or
to.
something.
Yes,
So we know if we do significant figure.
Nah, nah, I'm joking. Alright,
Eh?
so yeah. Look,
Match up that one and match up A.
you ready?
Yeah.
Alright, so the first one, right? Say 1965, the population of a country was 2,714,000. And in 2015, 3,662,900. So they say write the population in 2015 to three significant figures. So
Hold on,
which
hold on, hold on, hold on. My computer battery died. Hold on. That's where I was. The question was, Marlon, you using a computer can
Yes,
share the
miss.
question?
Phone, miss.
Phone. All right, let me get this up. Just a second.
So, which country you come from? Zoom?
It sounds Trinidadian.
Or Guyanese?
Mm.
Guyana.
Yeah, it's on Guyana. Yeah, because Trinidadian is a little bit deeper.
Guyana, you come from Zoom?
I'm not talking to us
nope.
about the question. Where you from, Zoom? Which country? Zoom not telling us. All right, leave Zoom alone. Let Zoom stay. Zoom is gonna be the question for us. All right, hold on, Zoom. All right, go ahead, Zoom. Tell Zoom he can start when he's ready. You hear, Marla? He speaks stable.
All right. So they say right the population in 2015 got to three significant figures. So which three figures?
Hmm? So this is 1 and 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yes, yes.
Could I do the two questions already? I was just explaining.
Yes, yes. So Marlon have written down the three so far. Are you seeing the screen?
Yep.
Okay. So he's waiting for you to tell him what next
Is
to do.
I so you're looking for the well, they don't write out the three significant figures there. They say you could just add zeros to the rest.
So it's going to equal to
3660.
0.
So yeah.
I think you have right easier then. I'm just right.
Now continue writing zero for the rest. Because there are only three significant ones. So those that are greater than zero, the only how a zero could be included is if the zero is between the 3 and the 6, then it could be significant.
Yeah.
But if it is by itself, it can be significant. So that's the answer.
So it's 366.0000.
No point, comma, that's supposed to be the
Marlon,
Yes.
take out the point. He says no point. It's a comma. But do you put a comma between two, three? When does the comma flow? Okay,
Like that.
that's the answer. All right, so round that off with three significant figures. I agree that that's the answer. I just want to add a little bit to the approach. All right, and I want to identify about the point where you put in that point, Marlon, to see why you shouldn't have a point there. All right, so what you do is if you're rounding off
Right.
3,663,900 to three significant figures, you count from your left. You read from left to right. So and I have videos, multiple videos on this that I did earlier this year, earlier this year, I think, last year, I think, late last year, on significant figures. So they're really recent. So you count from left to right, significant figures. As a matter of fact, let's look at what significant figures are first and just wrap that up. So for the persons who, no. I have done all of that on the channel. Go and find that video on significant figures. I'm just going to go with this solution for this. So you count as Marlon said, the first three is significant. Then what I always say is you find that which is significant and then you draw a line. Let me use your working down here, Marlon, since so you write 1, 2, 3, first three significant. You draw a line after the first three that you find is significant. Now, when it comes on to being whole number, all of the whole number aspect that flow after, we fill those slots with placeholders which are 0. So no longer 3, placeholder 0. No longer 9, placeholder 0. No longer, well, the zeros are just the same. Yeah? So now our answer, as you rightfully said, it's 3,666,000. Good? So that's our answer. Now, the next thing that I want you to think about, Marlon, is the fact that you put a decimal point here after you do that 3, right? No. Those slots is not that if it automatically drop off all of those slots or zeros that were there. Can't be. That will overturn any economy. Because if I tell you that, okay, the population increase, whatever, and you're supposed to round that number off, and you have 3,660 people in the country, and you round it off, and you get three, not even three, yeah, 3,366. It can't be that you're rounding a number when you're rounding to near a significant figure or or value. You can't round it off and then it ends up to be less, like significantly less. That'd be the signal to you, Marlon. All right. Thank you, Zoom, for that explanation. Well done. Are you understand, Marlon? So you think about it. My
Yes, ma'am.
answer can really be 36 or 366. After they give me 3,663,900. It can't be that I round it off to three significant figures. I get that. It can't be. That's too far fetched.
Another so another media mix up significant figure with standard form, like when I have it times 10 and then I have it power by 10. So that media got up media mix it up.
Okay, I get you. All right, so let's go with this part of the question. Give me a minute. Zoom, you can explain when you're ready to. And thank you so much for joining.
Ready, Zoom? Standard.
What was the value for 1965?
I'll show you 3 3,660,000.
Oh, I think it's 217 or 214.
Someone asked. Look back on the stream.
So why is the question not written in your book, Marlon, after me give you time to write it?
Miss,
Right, yeah. That was it.
Huh?
it's the time.
Oh, yeah, July.
No,
So
me
me
tell me, the thing we
to
never
write the
in class
question and
and
you just
then
act as if you are right.
no, miss me hand it, miss me put up a book. I'm think we are in class. I'm think.
So you have to put up your book and class and done.
No, I just
Stop.
me come the thing I finish.
Father God, walk here for me, please. Yeah, Marlon, sure, please. Where's the no, Marlon?
So
Go ahead,
the
Zoom.
value for B in scientific notation, our standard form is 2.714 times 10 to the power 6.
Okay, remind me of the number that I'm away from my computer, so I won't be able to see it. What was the number? Oh, I'll look for it just a sec. So on that part of the question,
Miss it is 2,714,000 in 1965.
if you have 2,700,000, 700 and what?
14,000.
Oh, so you say 2,000,000. 2,000,000 what? 714,000. That's what you have?
Yes, miss.
Okay, and
Yeah,
what did Zoom say the answer is?
2.714 times 10 to the power 6.
1, 2,
You want to
1.
explain how you got the answer, Zoom?
Oh yeah, the decimal point was at the to the far
Right here, sir.
times 10 to the power 6.
There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5, 6, 7. I think seriously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Mm-hmm.
1,
So tell me now, is it 6 or 7?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7
Is
again,
it
miss.
6? It's 7. Good. All right. That's why I wanted Zoom to explain to me. So you see that part, Zoom? No. I wrote the wrong thing. It's 6. You see, I have 40 when I'm supposed to have 3. It is 6.
Oh,
Let's go. You see, I write 2,714,000.
oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
yes, I'm wrong. I wrote it wrong. Yeah, so you would have done the procedure based on the error there. Sorry.
But no way to get it correct. Zoom get it correct. Huh?
Yeah, supposedly you got it correct. My apologies, Zoom. So 714,000. Yeah. All right, so times 10 to the 6. And the last one.
So
Determine the percentage increase in the population 1965 to 2015. What do you do?
this go. Miss subtract the 3 million minus the 2 million, miss. And then when I get that there, you put it over the 3 million and multiply by 100. Something like that.
So multiplied by the 100 is correct. The subtraction part is correct. So tell me, when you subtract 2,714,000 from what? From 3 million, what do you get?
Miss, 2 million minus it or opposite? Oh yeah.
Did the
Miss,
population
it not gonna be negative.
it doesn't matter because you're gonna be using a positive value anyway, because it's percentage increase. So you have to be the large number, take away the small number. Because you increase. Why would you do it the other way around?
Never mind, miss.
Okay. So what's the answer for that part, the difference?
Miss 949,900. You hear what I said, miss?
Hmm?
Miss 949,900.
900. That was
949,900.
sorry. My finger hurting for fun. Hold on. Okay, so 949,900. And what will we divide it by?
Um, 2015, 2015 population, miss.
Why would you say 2050 population?
No, not it 1965, miss.
Why
That's
do
what I
you
did.
say 1965?
This is the first recording.
Yes. So the original value, beautiful. Alright, so that would be 2,714,000.
Yeah, 14,000.
Put that into the calculator and write down 10 million answer.
It's 35%. No.
Why do you think it was a 35%? Yes, 35%.
No, me say that, miss.
Yeah, I heard when you said it, so you said it and then you took it back. All right, so yeah, 35%, and that's it. And the
35.
percentage, yeah, it's correct, honey. So percentage increase or decrease is the difference over the original value times 100. All right, so that brings us to the end of our session. All right, thank you, Zoom. All right, so this is the end of our session. See you again tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining. And Zoom, it was, yeah, good night, Marlon. Good night. Oh, is that Zoom? Good night, Zoom. And Zoom, it was a pleasure having you on our platform tonight. All right. You're welcome. All right. Good night, Marlon. Go get some
Good night,
sleep for your early rise at 4.
Yes, sir.
All right. Bye, Zoom. All right. So this one is tell everyone watching on YouTube, have yourself a blessed night. And yeah, see you again when we have another session. Bye bye. Oh, do remember to like, subscribe, and share. Do remember to share this video with other persons. Bye. Bye.